Picture this. You get home from your 8-hour lawn mowing shift with $100 in your pocket, you crack open TikTok and you start to scroll. After 20 minutes of brain rot and useless garbage, you end up watching podcast highlights of some 16-year-old dude making $100,000 a month. Filled with curiosity, you keep watching, and when they're asked what they do for a living, they say, online business. You may wonder, yeah, but what the fuck does that actually mean? How are they actually making money? Well, luckily here I am to explain the 4 most common ways people make money online. Number 4. YouTube automation. The term is a composite of 2 words, YouTube and automation. The core idea of this method is to produce YouTube videos in a way that the process is fully automated and the person behind all this lays on the couch 26 hours a day earning the big bucks. Let's create an example. This is Joe. Joe's tired of being a Walmart cashier. Joe has an idea. He's gonna start YouTube automation. In order to make the process automated, Joe starts to look for freelancers for concrete parts of video making. If, for example, he wants to create videos about history, he needs to find a script writer, voiceover artist, video editor, and graphics designer who will work together to make high-quality history videos. When the video is ready, Joe pays his team for the job and uploads it on YouTube. After some time, Joe will see if the format works and can keep it going, or realize it completely sucks and has to go back to working at Walmart again. However, since we live in the grand old 21st century, a time of rapid technological advancement, people can simply replace their entire team with AI. Now here comes the problem. Though AI can do tons of stuff pretty well, it doesn't really apply to any of these 4. Yeah, since many people who want to earn money on YouTube are a little bit, lazy, the platform's pretty quickly filled with low-effort content known as AI slop. And despite the fact that these videos objectively suck, the vast majority of people watch it anyways, allowing these content creators to make crazy money. Number 3. Dropshipping. I know this method is nowadays seen as the dead or outdated kind, but even if it's not as popular as before, there are still tons of people out there making big money from it. How does dropshipping work? The idea is pretty simple. You buy a product from a supplier and sell it for more. Let's use Joe as our protagonist yet again. He realized that YouTube automation kinda sucks, so he's gonna start dropshipping. The first step is to choose a product he's gonna dropship. Let's say he picked these little duckies, because duckies are cool. After he picks his winning product, next he needs to find a supplier. Joe has to find a valid ducky supplier from which he can buy the ducks in bulk for cheap. For example, Joe bought 1,000 plastic ducks for 10 cents each, making a $100 investment. Now he needs to set up an online store where he's going to sell them. After setting a professional-looking duck store page, he'll price each duck at $2 and make a 75% discount for a limited time that will never expire. Because that's just how things are done. Now, to prevent becoming homeless again, Joe will have to handle marketing on social media apps or paid ads or other stuff like that. The point is, these ducks will go directly from manufacturer to customer. Joe can build a $1 trillion duck company without ever seeing it with his own eyes. Now here comes the question. Why can't the supplier just set up their own store and sell it for 5 times the price? Short answer, they can. And some certainly even do, but for many it's simply not their goal. They already have the infrastructure to produce ducks, but they don't really have the skill set or means to meet the logistical needs that a dropshipper can. Dropshippers need to handle a lot of things, like appealing to an undersaturated market, creating the facade of value for their chosen product, marketing, sales, etc. Besides, if dropshipping their product were to become wildly successful, they would already be in a prime position to profit tremendously from the success of this new plastic ducky industry. Number 2. Selling digital products. If you can't find a good supplier, lucky you. There's a business model out there that has no supply requirements at all whatsoever. Digital products have one big advantage and disadvantage. Once you create your product, you can sell it forever, but it's much harder to actually create a usable digital product. Because you don't buy it from a supplier, you create it yourself from nothing. These products can be, for example, ebooks, online courses, guides, templates, music, software, images, and tons of other things people can buy and use online. But unfortunately, if there's one thing people are known for, it's definitely greed. Thus, it's no wonder that 80% of these digital products are simply copy-pasted straight from ChatGPT and being sold for $60.
I'll say, I'm looking to turn this information of mine into a digital product that I can sell called My Trial Reel Strategy that gained me 100,000 followers on Instagram in just 30 days.
Number 1. AI OnlyFans. Now here comes the number 1 business model for women without any kind of self-valuation. But what if you're like a guy? No worries. You can create your own OnlyFans girl using AI, pretend it's you, chat with old rich dudes, and watch your bank account shoot to the moon. AI OnlyFans accounts have become very popular in the last few weeks, so let's briefly explain how they work. Again, with Joe. Joe realized he sucks in every business model he's tried, so he tries to bet it all on an AI model. Step 1. Joe pays some AI website to create his custom OnlyFans. Step 2. Joe creates Instagram and TikTok accounts and starts to upload either fully AI-generated photos of his made-up girl, or alternatively, he might swipe some still images of a real cam girl from a video and swap her face. Step 3. With his inbox full of DMs from lonely men, Joe creates some extra spicy content behind a paywall. Step 4. Joe starts earning big from his subscriptions, but he can't reliably reply to all the messages he's getting, so he hires some cheap labor to answer the messages for him. Step 5. Joe is finally a millionaire. I'd like to thank all of my 9 subscribers from the bottom of my heart. And don't forget to write comments about what video I should do next. Until next time.